Watching Rachel Meets, a weekly television show here in Longford Town that is broadcasting 10 weeks this week. Every week on Cablecom, Channel 9 and Outtake Community Media YouTube channel. This week we're going to do something a little bit different, as the show is, people are getting to know it a little bit better, and maybe you might have missed the first few episodes. We decided to do a little bit of a look back at everything that we've been doing here the last few weeks. So this week will be part 1, and next week you can tune in for part 2 of the best bits and all the wonderful people who have joined me here on the big blue couch here in the Outtake Community Media studio. So back to week 1, we met with local musician Sean Rooney, who is just, even since then, played loads of gigs and getting really well recognised. So it was fantastic to have him here before he really launches into superstardom. He played, we did a quick interview here on the couch, and then he played a song for us. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Pretty good, yeah.
Welcome to the first ever Rachel Meets.
Thank you, it's very nice to be here.
You're the first person I have ever met in this show. So it's great to have you here. I know we met recently on another show, and you played the Longford Jam, which was the first acoustic performance night here in Longford. So lots of firsts.
Yeah.
And loads of stuff happening for you as well.
Yeah, well, it's not too bad. Yeah, just trying to play as much original music as possible, and you know, get my name out there. Really, that's the plan at the minute. And you are branched now outside of Longford. You did the Liquor Rooms in Dublin, which was a headline show. That was pretty huge. That was cool, yeah. And it's a really nice spot. It's kind of got this old sort of 1930s speakeasy vibe, you know. So it's a really kind of quaint little place, and you almost wouldn't know it was there if you didn't know about it. You know, there's no sign up outside or anything, but it's very cool. And that was a great gig. Just me and my guitar, and yeah, it was good fun. Cool. Yeah, because it is hidden. It's on the keys, but it's like down. Yeah, you go down the stairs, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Cool. And did you get a good reception? I know, like, anyone who comes to see you here, it's different playing outside of your home crowd. Sure. Yeah. I mean, you always get the sort of the regulars that come to see you when you're playing locally, but when you're playing somewhere like Dublin, it's kind of, you don't know what to expect, really. You know, I certainly didn't know what to expect. So I was pleasantly surprised at the reaction to the tunes, and it was just a good buzz, you know. It's good fun, yeah. Because then you had, wasn't it last week, the Chandelier Sessions in Swords? That's right, yeah. And that's more of a singer-songwriter, like a showcase, so there'd be a couple of people playing? Yeah, I think there were 4 or 5 people playing that night. I actually finished up that night as well. But it was very cool because it was done completely unplugged, sort of like the Longford Jam actually. Yeah. And it was great because the whole bar just stopped talking and were listening intently to what you were playing and singing about. So that's actually my favourite environment to play in, because it's sort of, you know, you've got a dedicated listenership there who can kind of really delve into what you're trying to say in your songs. So that means a lot to me when I get to perform in an environment like that. That was a lot of fun as well. Because I was going to say, the intensity of it, is it a bit off-putting, but you actually enjoy that more? I do enjoy it a lot. Now you know, you do get pretty nervous because there is that moment of sort of that nasty adrenaline rush where your hands start shaking and, you know, all that stuff. But yeah. But it's a little nerve-wracking at first, but once you get, you know, a few bars into the first tune, you kind of relax a little bit and you can just enjoy it, you know. So that was a lot of fun. On the flip side of that, then, the Marquee and Drumlish, which is, I suppose, the local electric picnic. Yeah. You got pulled up on stage with Cronin. Yeah, that was great crack actually. I was just there for the night enjoying the music, you know. The Stunning were playing and a couple other acts, and Cronin, who I absolutely love. They're always great, always a great band and great crack. But they started playing one of my favourite tunes, which is A Town Called Malice by The Jam. And I'm just standing in the crowd, in the middle of the crowd, just like, you know, grooving on it. And then Johnny Ronan is roaring my name, like, where are you, get up here. So I was delighted to get up and sing a couple of verses of that, you know. It was good crack. What was the crowd like there? It must have been massive. It was good, there was a good crowd, yeah. It was pretty full, so that was, it was great, you know. They were really hopping. It was good crack. And you didn't have time to get nervous because... No, I was just beeline straight for the stage, like, you know. Yeah, it was great. It's really good. And I know you're just releasing music up on Facebook at the minute. Any plans for
more recording the release?
I'm still doing the sort of video thing, the live videos. You know, I find that is the best way of kind of reaching people. You know, I think that's kind of, they react very well to it, and or people react very well to it. So I think that's what I'm going to keep doing for a little while. And obviously I'll be playing more gigs as well, which I'm working on. I've got a couple coming up locally, which you know all about. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm working on, and mostly original stuff. I might throw a couple of covers up soon as well, which is something I've kind of refrained from doing until now, just because I'm just kind of trying to focus on original material. So, but I think there should be one or two going up fairly soon. Yeah.
Great. And how you have it? Like, is it 5 up already?
How many have I got? I don't know. How many have I got up there?
Let's count. Everest High, All Bones.
Perfect Strangers.
Yeah.
There's a teaser for Edith, which is one of the tracks I have fully produced. That's 4. I'm pretty sure that Among the Stars, that's 5.
You once were, shattered by the passage of time. It seems of little consequence to the people passing by. Your window frames abandoned by the glass and cracks in your walls. The sign above the doorway said, "Come one and all." There's no easy way to say it. You're without a home when all the people you've ever loved have been and gone. What you gonna do with your old bones? With your old bones. If I roll back the time along with the sunlight, I can see you in your prime. Liquor soaked and rhythm fueled, a beacon of the night. As a pretty young thing slips through the doorway, and all the young men question their worth. I see it now as clear as the night sky, where your passions ran high. There's no easy way to say it. You're without a home when all the people you've ever loved have been and gone. What you gonna do with your old bones? With your old bones. With your old bones. There's no easy way to say it. You're without a home when all the people you've ever loved have been and gone. What you gonna do with your old bones? With your old bones. With your old
On the second week of the show, we were joined by a band from Kildare called SUAN. They came all the way down to join us here. They were a great bunch. We had a great laugh. They live some in Stradbally and some in Outtake. So it was really great that they travelled the whole way down to Longford to meet with me and to get the people of Longford to get to know them a little better. So their band name is spelled a little bit funny. It's SUAN. So you can check them out on Facebook and stay tuned right now so you can hear a song from them and a little bit of the interview we had. Hey guys. Hello.
How's it going?
I'm still tripping over that SUAN thing. It's I know we were saying this earlier, but it is SUAN and not SWAN, even though it's spelled SUAN, but you're not going down the whole alternative spelling route.
No, we're not that cool.
we wouldn't pull it off, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. No, it's the Irish for slumber. So think Suez and then spell it differently.
That's a whole lot of thought gone into something.
In fairness, though, you're not the first one to say SUAN. There has been a few people that have.
Yeah.
And I think we've said it joking a couple of times as well to people. I may have done anyway, but.
Because I think to look at it phonetically, you would say swan. I don't know, it just reads like that better.
I don't know. I think when you see it first, you do say SUAN, but then you kind of like.
Then you question it.
You question, yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should have a poll.
We call our band.
Yeah.
But it's a good conversation starter, so.
Definitely, yeah, it gets people talking about it, doesn't it? Tell them what the name.
And you're a mix of Laois and Kildare.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks for coming all the way down.
Thank you.
Nice.
Anything for a good cup of tea. Huh?
That's it, yeah.
Decent.
And you were telling me that you both live on opposite ends, 10 minutes from Electric Picnic.
Yeah.
But you're not playing this.
No, not this year. Next year. 2017.
But you're going to go anyway.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Are you all going to go?
Just Dave.
No,
Just
I
Dave.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just bring your guitar and play, and then technically.
No, I'm bringing my cans this year. no guitar.
I was going to say, you could like technically say I was playing at Electric Picnic.
It's true, yeah. On my own, yeah. I do my own solo
Your
bass
solo
show,
act.
yeah.
Can didgeridoo or something.
Yeah, you can fashion some percussion.
Bass and
with,
cans,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were saying earlier on, initially it was you two that started the band, and you were the third, so maybe you could just be branching off.
well,
And
Chris and
See,
Dean.
it's a bit early for your solo project. Maybe
Yeah, maybe down the line.
you could pull it off.
Yeah, I would give it a couple of years now. It'll be grow when I go off and do my own thing.
you're like the Brian McFadden.
Definitely, yeah.
He's going to be the tabloid star of the band, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Phil Collins, or not Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel leaving Genesis, that kind of thing. Phil Collins going on having a huge career. And, yeah.
And then
Controversial.
Dream big.
But anyway, Chris and Dee started the band, and they went into the studio and they were looking for a bass player, so they just gave me a call, and I came in and just laid down on the first EP, on double bass at the time, and that's kind of how it started from there. And I was initially just going in as a session musician, just lay down the tracks, but they contacted me about a month or that later again and just said was I interested in joining them, and I said yeah,
Great.
cool, why not, yeah.
You love the session.
That's it, yeah. All the different
Same
types
hard.
of-
All about the session.
And you guys play as a cover band as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's our day job.
Wow. Was it 400 gigs you said you played?
Probably in the past 2-3 years.
Wow.
I'd say so.
Do you like the cover band thing?
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
a lot of bands kind of like hate doing the cover act thing, but do it as a money spinner. But if you like it, then excellent.
Yeah. I think we're not too bad because we kind of play what we like to play, and we're not so much falling into the trap of the wagon wheel kind of thing.
They do their own versions of songs.
Yeah.
They have their own
That's
takes and songs, so they do really cool versions of them. Like, yeah.
Keeps the attention there. But no, you learn a lot from doing cover gigs, like
Definitely,
about that I would absolutely, if I was to do it over again, do the same thing, because you're like, I mean, if you go then to a festival stage and have something like an original band that you're only doing, say maybe 10 to 20 gigs a year, like, because Ireland is quite small, you're immediately more comfortable on stage. You don't have to think about your gear, you don't have to think about so many things, because you're just kind of all talent
In a
on
way,
stage.
it's like an apprenticeship.
It is,
It's
yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
fight, I think it is.
Yeah. Even for writing, you kind of know what kind of music makes people move and what brings it down, how to run a set list. That
And
kind
then
of
what's suited to you and not suited
Yeah.
as well.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're
absolutely.
not trying to be something.
Yeah,
You get to play a lot of different genres,
Yeah.
So if you're focused on your own stuff all the time, you won't get that. But it's definitely, you get experience, you can't get that anywhere else. Like,
yeah. And
Yeah, I
you're
never
constantly
thought of it
working
that
at
way.
your instrument. Like,
Because you're kind of experimenting then, where you're not just set on one thing, you can try.
yeah. And you can test like songs out to crowds, and they don't care who you are, they don't know who you are. But like if it
Don't
makes
even
them,
introduce it.
like if it makes someone dance in a pub, it's a good test of a song. So it's
And is it
yeah.
the pub scene you do, or do you do weddings as well?
Yeah,
Bit
no,
of both?
majority would be pub scene. Yeah,
Cool.
that's kind of what we do. We're all kind of all over the place. We actually started in Kerry and have moved further east since.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you're doing the festivals as well, although you haven't gotten to Electric Picnic. You've done Knockenstock and Bear in the Woods
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Cool.
They were really good. Really
Both
good.
great crack, I
Yeah.
must say.
definitely recommend them. Unfortunately, Knockenstock
Knockenstock is not, yeah.
off next year, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be back in full force the following year.
I
though,
hope
but
so.
I
definitely
hope
there.
so, because sometimes when these places take a break, they tend to
It's hard to get back
not
to them.
come back, or come back and kind of flop, like
Yeah.
Oxygen that time, or it was,
But it's a great platform though
Yeah.
for a
It
lot of
is,
alternative bands.
and
you
it
know, like
has
Sound
paved the way in alternative music
Definitely,
festivals
yeah.
and independent music festivals that it is all about the bands and it's
Yeah.
not for profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the likes of Bear in the Woods, which is quickly becoming, it's in its 3rd year this year, and it's quickly becoming, you know, very established. It's in Port Darlington, isn't
It
it?
is, yeah. So again, it's not too far from where we are. But
Yeah.
It's, again, they're coming on great with that. Like, yeah, it was very, very good this year. Really enjoyed it now.
Because it takes a couple of years to get those things
It does, yeah. To get the
like
momentum, yeah.
out into the people's, like
Yeah.
right in front of people. But no, it's definitely growing. I think every year is.
So I know I was at
Very.
Fantastival a few years ago, and the guy who organises Bear in the Woods, I can't remember his name because it was like three or 4 years ago, but he was actually giving out cards
Oh really?
which would, to what would have been the first Bear in the
Yeah.
Woods.
Oh, wow.
But I've never gotten to make it, but you know, so he did that right by going to similar festivals and saying, hey, well, come to my festival now. And that's the way to do it. But I guess like that's kind of the way the whole music scene is at the minute, I find, with the like going to open mic nights and stuff, and you're always saying to pushing what's next.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it is word of mouth, like, and it's especially because I suppose the Irish music scene is quite insular and quite tightly knit, like, so it's everyone knows everyone else, and yeah, everyone's kind of friendly with everyone else, so you kind of have to just keep plugging away and keep pushing it.
Yeah. And with Bear in the Woods as well, your song, which I keep forgetting the name of, even though you've told me 3 times.
It's Can't Drink the Water.
You see, it's complicated. Can't Drink the Water became the theme tune of the Bear in the Woods promo.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's really cool, yeah.
Yeah, we were really lucky with it. I think it was just the time it was released, and we were kind of, when the guys just got in contact and just asked, could they use it? And sure, it's just right place, right time.
Yeah, because the single and EP were out just around.
Yeah, kind of
Coincided from there, yeah.
March, I think it was probably launched.
Chris doesn't know what's going on.
It was in around the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The promo was
March
out
and now, yeah.
in May, wasn't it? The video promo. So it was within space of a month or two.
Yeah,
It all kind of happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Cool. It must have been cool because you often hear when musicians hear their songs on the radio for the first time, they're like, oh wow. So this is here and it's taken away from you as such and put out there by somebody else.
Yeah, it was pretty bizarre. But yeah, no, it was a really nice compliment to be paid by the guys. Like, so.
And then when your own video did come out, that's quite out there. It's very dark.
Yeah. It was kind of the director, James Fitzgerald, kind of took the reins on it and came to us with.
Beaten back
sorrow, only to find it will never part. The moon beating backwards, dipped in yellow, draws in the storm. Sweet folks foothold, sliding downwards. You crawl and you moan. The moon beating backwards, dipped in yellow.
That was great, and thanks very much to SUAN for joining us. Back to Longford now, to Ballymahon, where local girl Katie Gallagher, who was recently signed by Nace production company Down the Road Productions. Katie joined us here as well to tell us all about how she went from being in school to getting signed to a label here in Ireland, and everything, how she's going to juggle college work with being a superstar musician. So do check her out on Facebook, Katie Gallagher Music, and she's up next.
Hello, how are you?
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
It's this year, I should say, has been really, really exciting for you for a number of reasons. But I'm going to just start off by asking, you are only 19, which is really young, but actually really young to be where you are right now. But when initially did you start playing music?
Well, I suppose music was always in the house. I come from a very musical family, but TY was really when it kicked off for me. My music teacher, Miss Malone, and we were getting ready for my segment for a variety show, and we went with an original song, and since then I've just been known as the girl who writes songs at home. And then since then, it's been great. It's been non-stop. This year really it has kicked off, as you said, and
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
So just back to the original song that you played, how did it feel back then at such a young age to play an original song in front of a crowd?
It was mad. That's the only way I
Yeah.
can say it. It was crazy because afterwards they were like, "Oh, did you write that?" And I was like, "Yeah." But then the next question afterwards was, "Oh, who was it about? What was it?" The whole laughing about who was it about and stuff like that. But it really went down well, and people liked it. So I was very happy that that people liked it, because it's very easy to say, "Oh yeah, this is great," when it's in your own bedroom. But when you actually bring it out and you say, "This is what I've been doing," and people like it, it was a nice little boost, I suppose.
Yeah, because like your mum is always going to tell you that you're great, but to have people outside of your household loving what you do, it's going to make you think, well, you know, maybe I could do this.
Yeah, it was nice because like you said, it is great to have the support at home, but definitely, like, just even the real cool kids in school, they were like, "Oh yeah, that was cool," and you're like, "Oh my God, you talked to me." It was a nice feeling, and I wanted to keep doing it. So I really kind of threw myself into writing and took it a lot more seriously than I had previously.
So you continued doing it then the rest of the way up until Leaving Cert?
Yeah, it was kind of like my diary. It was kind of, some people keep a diary. I wrote songs about things, and it got me through the Leaving Cert, if that makes sense as well.
Yeah, no, that's great, because then I saw that you're now in DCU studying music.
Yeah, I'm doing music and religion secondary school teaching.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's fun. It's very nice to do music because you could be learning things in the music course, and it could help you when it comes to performing and other like our choir now. Our choir is great because you learn a load of breathing techniques, and you learn how to position yourself and how to all those type of things. You know what I'm saying?
So you're really learning how to be a proper controlled performer.
Yeah, and composing as well.
Yeah,
it also
brilliant.
takes on another level of composing, which is great.
Because it's one thing, like, writing songs comes naturally, and it's obviously a natural talent that you have, but to be able to do it now in a professional capacity is good.
It's a bit crazy. Yeah, I'm waiting for someone to jump out and be like, "Oh, it's a joke, haha." But no, it's a bit surreal, but I'm definitely going to enjoy it while I'm here.
And would the teaching end of things, would you be inspired to inspire, say, younger students to pursue music?
Like my dream, my plan B was always, if music didn't work out, was going to be teaching. And the whole reason I wanted to go into music teaching was to not to push children, but to give them the little nudge they need, because you see it in classes the whole time that kids have so much talent, and you want to give them that little push, and I suppose that's what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to give a little push to talented, like if I had students, talented students.
Well, you're obviously very talented yourself, because the big thing that happened this year was Down the Road Productions, which is based in Naas, have now signed you to their label.
Yeah, that's mad. I honestly, it was a whirlwind, because when I started off the Facebook page, Shannon's Side took me on for a while, and Benny O'Brien and Charlie McGetkin, they were playing my songs, and then I got this random message from a Donegal DJ. Well, he's up on Highland Radio, and his name is Jimmy Stafford. He messaged me. He was like, "Oh, I love your can I get a demo to send it on to another man?" And then the next day I got this call from Mike Gleason, the founder of Down the Road Productions, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we want to sign you." And I was like, "Okay, when is the joke coming? Like, this is not real."
Yeah.
But it was a whirlwind, like.
Yeah,
madness.
because you're only 19, I know musicians well into their 30s who would kill for this, so it's amazing.
I know, I'm so lucky. I'm really so lucky.
Well, luck is only a part, but the talent is another thing. So you've released a video, and did you release that video?
Cupid's arrow always went astray, but when I look into your eyes, there's so much I need to say. And I hope you hear the song on the radio and realize what you mean to me. Realize what you mean to me. And I wonder who could love me, loud and average as I am. I sit here and wonder, could you love me? I know she's beautiful, she's everything you ever hoped for, but sometimes I wish you could love me like you did those times before. In my dreams, where you were mine, where you were mine. And I wonder who could love me, loud and average as I am. I sit here and wonder, could you love me? Could you love me and all my flaws? Could you love me? Break down the walls that took years to build, took years to build around my heart. And I know you could never love me, 'cause I'm loud and average. I sit here and wonder, how could you love me? And I wonder who could really love me, loud and average as I am. I sit here and wonder, could you love me? Come on, baby, surprise me. Could you love me? I sit here and wonder, could you love me?
The week after Katie, week 4, Paula Ryan came all the way from Tipperary. So they're really travelling all over the country, not just Longford musicians, but from everywhere to join us here. So it was fantastic to get Paula Ryan down here. She's more of a different kind of style of artist than we were used to hear on the show. She plays world kind of music, and she has played all over the world. So it was cool to find her here in Longford on the couch, and we had a little bit of a chat and a song with her.
Thanks, how are you?
And you have travelled all the way from Tipperary to meet us.
I haven't. It's a long way, but let's not go there, shall we?
You got a little bit lost.
Got a little bit lost. Eventually, shame to say, I suppose. I don't think I've been to Longford before, at least not as an adult that I can remember. So finding it was a bit of a challenge, but we're here now, aren't we?
Yeah, and what a great introduction to our little county.
It's true, yes. There's so many exciting creative things. I didn't know Outtake Media existed. I didn't know Rachel Meets existed. So it's really great to be here. Thanks.
The tea is good and the chat is friendly.
It is. The tea is good. After that travel around the place, the tea is great.
You do travel a lot, and I'm going to get back to that in a couple of minutes. But just going back to, I suppose, how you initially got into music.
I mean, I suppose, like lots of people, singing and music making was kind of always part of what the family did when we got together. In fact, my brother-in-law has a great story. He says that every family occasion, even nowadays, deteriorates into a sing-song. Okay. And I think that's the truth. So everybody had their own song, everybody played whatever. So it's always been part of every occasion, and I think that's what started me. And I suppose as a youngster, kind of in terms of the songwriting, we got used to kind of doing parodies, you know, taking an existing song and making your own parody out of it. And I suppose that led to then wanting to completely create the music and the words yourself and the songwriting. So you know, it's always been there, and it's in more recent years I've taken it more seriously, I suppose is the truth of it.
And did you start playing music live from a very young age?
Singing, yes, but instrumental was more later in terms of kind of guitar and more recently marimba. Always, I do a lot of percussion, and that was always rhythm was always a strong point. So I'm accused as well of always being tapping on something or hitting on something. So rhythm was always a very strong thing, and that maintains itself in my music today, and I cherish that. You know what I mean? I like that. I like to focus on that aspect of the music as well. Because
I don't think I've ever even heard of a marimba, and I doubt it's like your typical Tipperary instrument either.
Funny that, no. It's an African instrument, and it's traditionally they're made from quite big slabs of wood with the gourd as the resonator underneath, and it's quite a large instrument, like think of the size of a 5-octave keyboard, so quite large to transport around. You'll probably see mine is an adaptation of that for more frequent performance, but that's the idea, and it's based really on a hardwood that has a lovely musical sound, and you play it with beaters. And it very much does evoke the African continent, you know, without realizing it. You will have heard it in, you know, when you see pictures of the you know, giraffes or whatever, you know, often it is, yes, it is the marimba that you're hearing alongside kind of djembe drums, the marimba.
Engulfed by crashing seas with devastation, drowning in tsunamis, fearful waves, while I indulged in mindless celebration, thousands swept in terror to their graves, villages demolished, buildings ruined, fishing boats in pieces on the rocks, homes reduced to mounds of worthless rubble, nothing left but horror, fear and shock. But everything can be an end or new beginning. Each of us must follow our own star. We may not know the place where we will finish. We can only ever start from where we are. A newly born child lies in a widowed bride decries the gods above. A raging father eyes the sea and curses. You have taken everything in life I love. They must have felt such hopeless desolation. What future could there be to contemplate?
thanks for joining me for this week's Best Bits show. Join us again next week for part 2, where I won't give it away just yet. We'll surprise you. If you want to check out any of the shows in full, do check out Outtake Community Media YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to us there as well. We are also on Cablecom Channel 9 if you are in the Longford Town area. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. It goes out on YouTube and on Cablecom. So do join us again next week, and the following week the show will resume as normal. Chat to you then.